Hey there booktube, welcome back to my channel. Today is January 25th, which means that this video sounds like it's really late, but better late than never, they say. Today we're going to talk about the 2019 iteration of the Runwright Reads Book Club. Yeah, we're back for the book club, and today I'm going to tell you the books that we've chosen. In a previous video, I think in my goals video, which I'll link in the description box if you're interested in hearing others of my goals. In that video, I gave you a little preview of some of the books that we want to read this year for the book club. Today we're going to be a little bit more detailed. I'll tell you the 12 Man Booker winners that we'll be reading together this year, as well as 3 of the other books that I am choosing. For 2019, I think it's only fair that we do 19 books. So that means we have 12 Man Booker winners as well as 7 other books. And I haven't chosen all 7 of those books because I want to give us room to incorporate books that we find interesting or find intriguing or want to discuss as the year goes by. So for right now, I've added 3 other books. So today I'm going to tell you the list, the preliminary list of 15 books that we have for the Runwright Reads Book Club, as well as the date for the discussion videos. The plan is to discuss the Man Booker books on the last Monday of every month. For January, since we're just getting started officially, I'll push that back to the first Monday in February, which is not a lot of time, but we'll talk about that later. And for the months where we have a second book to discuss, I'll put that other book in the middle of the month. So the middle of Monday, as well as the last Monday of every month, we should have a book club discussion. I'm still not sure how I'll do the discussion videos. I've been thinking about filming them in advance and premiering them on the channel. So as you guys listen to me discuss, we can have a chat, because YouTube has that feature now where you can chat live with the creator if it's a premiere video. So I've been thinking about doing that. I also found a lot of value from doing live stream discussions last time, where as you guys were giving me questions or giving me feedback on the book, I was also discussing the book with you in the video. So I felt like there was value in both. So I think I still want to leave that a little bit open as to what format the discussion videos will take, whether they'll be live stream or premiered videos that I've filmed in advance. But in any case, the video should be up on my channel on the last Monday of every month for the Man Booker winners, and the other books that are not previous Man Booker winners will be discussed on the second or probably third, the middle Monday in the month. And of course, the schedule is going to be linked in the description box. And as things change, as we add books to the reading, I'll come back and update this video, so you can always use this as a reference point. So now that we've talked about the big picture, here are some of the books that we're going to be reading in 2019 for the Runwright Reads Book Club. The January book is Elected Member by Bernice Rubens. This is a 1970 winner of the Man Booker Prize. I read this one last year and absolutely loved it. It was one of my 5-star reads from last year. And I'm looking forward to reading it again and discussing it with you guys in a more in-depth way this year. So look out for my discussion video. It's going to be coming to you not on the last Monday in the month, which would be this coming Monday, but we're going to give ourselves a little bit more time, and we're going to discuss this book on February 4th. That would be the first Monday in February. And I'm doing it that early because we have 2 books slated for February. February, as you know, is Black History Month, and the Man Booker book that I have selected for the February reading is The Conservationist by Nadine Gordimer. However, Nadine Gordimer is a white South African writer, and while she does write about the apartheid regime, I thought it would be really interesting to read some fiction written from a Black perspective during the same period. And so I've chosen Mother to Mother by Sindiwe Magona. She's a Black South African author, and so I'm going to be discussing that book here on the channel on February 18th. So first we'll hear from the Black South African writer, and then we'll hear from the white South African writer at the end of the month. So I think that's only fair, right? It's hard because February is the shortest month of the year, and we'll be discussing 3 books because the elected member from January is going to carry over, but I think we could do it, right? Yeah, good. The March pick is The Sea by Murdoch, and that book is over 500 pages, so I'm definitely not including a second book for March, especially also because February was such a packed month. So in March, the book is The Sea by Murdoch, and we'll be discussing that on March 25th, which is the last Monday in March. For April, I've chosen another book that I read last year and really wanted to discuss with a lot of people. It's kind of a controversial book, or maybe the book itself is not as controversial as the author. Anyway, the book is The Midnight Children by Salman Rushdie, and we're going to be discussing that one on April 29th. For May, I've selected Oscar and Lucinda by Peter Carey. That one we'll discuss on May 27th, 2019. For June, I've selected 2 books, and that's because at that time of the year, the days are a little longer, and it feels like we have more time to read and do other things. So I've chosen 2 books. The first one is because I'm participating in another reading group. This year, Britta Bowler is hosting a read-along to read the female winners of the Nobel Prize, and in June, the novel that they've selected is The Sweetest Thing by Doris Lessing. And so since I'm reading it then, I thought I would read it here and share it with you guys. I've made that the early pick for the Runwright Reads book club as well. That's for purely selfish reasons, as a motivation for me to read it then as well. So we're going to be discussing The Sweetest Dream by Doris Lessing on June 10th. Britta will be discussing it on her channel at the end of the month, but I want to read it early, so we'll be discussing it here on June 10th. The previous Man Booker winner that we'll discuss on June 24th is Michael Ondaatje's The English Patient. I read a book by him last year. I read his Warlight that was nominated for the Booker Prize last year, but I haven't read The English Patient, and so this is as good a time as any to read it. We'll be reading it in June. For July, I've also selected 2 books. The first is Saul Bellow's The Victim. This one takes place in New York around a heat wave. And let's face it, New York in July can be very hot. And so it's probably timely that I've chosen a book about a heat wave to read in New York in July, when we'll probably be having some really hot days. We'll be discussing the Saul Bellow on July 15th, which let's see if it's going to be a hot day in New York City. And 2 weeks later, we'll be back to discuss Last Orders by Graham Swift. That will be on July 25th. For August, I don't have a secondary book selected yet, but I do know that I want to discuss The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood, and that would be on August 26th. Hopefully, we'll pick another book that we can discuss in the middle of the month, but for now, we only have our Man Booker winner selected. On September 30th, we'll be discussing The Line of Beauty by Alan Hollinghurst. On October 28th, we'll discuss The Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai. On November 25th, it's The Sense of an Ending by Julian Barnes. And the last book of the year will be last year's winner, Milkman by Anna Burns. That will be on the last Monday in December, which is December 30th. And those are the 15 books that we have selected right now for the 2019 edition of the Runwright Reads Book Club. I promised you guys in my previous video that I would have something for you, and I've designed a little bookmark that I want to share with you guys. It has all these books selected, they're printed on the bookmark, along with information about my social media, because yeah, this is a shameless plug. Last time I talked about this, I asked you guys to let me know if you'll be joining in, and a few of you did say yes, you're joining. And I understand if you're hesitant to sign up for a book club where you don't know the books that are going to be read. So now that you have the list, then definitely let me know in the comments down below that you will be joining in. Even if there's only one book on the list that you think you'll be able to read along with me, then let me know that in the comments. I do want to also let you know about the secondary part of this book club experience. Last year, I started to indulge a little passion of mine. I love to shop. I love books. I thought I'd put them together and shop for books for you guys. And so I started curating Runwright Reads book boxes, and I sell those book boxes over on Etsy. Last year, I was curating books that were my favorites from the previous year's reading. This year, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different in that I'm going to be linking the book boxes to the Runwright Reads book club. So here's how that's going to work. I'm going to design a box for each month. And so if you want to order the January box, then the January box will have the book that we've selected for the Runwright Reads book club to read in January, along with themed gifts that support that reading experience. For example, in January, the book club is reading The Elected Member by Bernice Rubens. And this novel is set in England, and it's about a Jewish immigrant family and their adult son who they check into a sanitarium because they say he's having a mental breakdown. And the book compares the experience that Norman has both within the peculiarities of his family as well as the oddities of his strange bedfellows in the sanitarium. Beautiful read, and I recommend it. Again, I'm just recommending this book for everyone. I think that you should try it out. But if you don't have a copy and you'd like to purchase a copy, then consider purchasing the Runwright Reads book box, and I will include things that will help you understand and appreciate and enjoy the experience of this book. So of course, in the book box, I include notes from my own reading and understanding of the book, historical notes, as well as thematic studies that I do from the book, and I'll include other things that will enhance enhance the reading experience. So if you don't already have a copy of the book that we're going to be reading for the book club, whether this book for January or any of the subsequent books, then consider clicking the link down below and checking out the book boxes. Right now, I don't have copies of all the books that we're going to be reading, but the ones that I do have copies of, I will take some pictures and put them on the Etsy shop to kind of give you an idea of what the book box will look like. Of course, the book box experience is supposed to be a surprise, so I can't show you all the themed gifts, but you'll have a little bit of an idea about what you can expect from a Runwright Reads book box. And so yeah, that will be available on my shop. The link will be in the description box down below. And if you are not ready to order a subscription box, but you just want to get one of the bookmarks that I have created, I was trying to make them free, but the website wouldn't allow me to give things away for free with free shipping. So I made them $1 with free shipping. So if you'd like a bookmark, you only pay $1. There's no shipping charge, and you'll be able to get a bookmark that shows all the books that we'll be reading. Well, the 15 books that we've selected right now that we'll be reading in 2019. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you're going to be joining, and click the link to check out my Etsy shop, where you can also have a look at the book boxes that I'm going to be preparing and hoping to send one of them to you this year as well. For now, thank you so much for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. And of course, let me know in the comments that you're going to be reading the book along with me. And I'll see you for my next video very soon. We'll be back for our very first 2019 book club discussion on February 4th, and that will be The Elected Member by Bernice Rubens. So until then, happy reading.